Across every time zone, covering both hemispheres, it's time for another featured music special on the Artist First Radio Network, something we have been doing now for 21 years. Yeah, we should be better at it by now than we are, but hey, we give it a good shot anyway. Who brings you the best new music you've never heard? Well, of course, we do, and we have been. Tonight is no exception. We have a great artist coming your way from Scotland. Let's just get right into it, and let me give a warm artist first welcome to Brian Kelly. Hello, Brian.
Hey, hi there.
It's great to have you on. Sounds great, and his technology's wonderful. Are you calling actually in Scotland right now?
Yeah, I'm in Scotland right now. I'm based in Edinburgh, in Scotland. But no, it's great to be featured on Artist First Radio. Very pleased.
Brian, I think you are the very first artist we've had on from Scotland. I'm almost positive.
Oh, wow.
We've had them on from like 110 countries. We lost count a couple of years ago, but I cannot recall having an artist on from Scotland. So welcome and congratulations on some great material we're about to play.
Oh, thanks very much. No, I'm very honoured. I'm the first one from Scotland, so it's all good.
Well, now let's talk a little bit about you and introduce you to our listeners. Many will be hearing about you for the very first time today.
Okay.
You are a self-taught musician, as many of us are, and you're a multi-dimensional musician, meaning you play guitar, bass, drums, keyboard, the whole nine yards, plus you sing. At what age did you realize you had musical skills?
To be honest, I can't actually remember exactly when, but yeah, it was pretty young. You know, my dad had a guitar around the house, so I reckon, you know, maybe even as early as 5, 6, 7 years old, I pretty much started messing about there, and it just developed from there, pretty much. Yeah.
Now you're an actual working musician. You play a lot, and well, I guess we'll talk about that in a little bit, but. Do you think your musical ability this is an unscientific survey we've been taking for 20 years, is it nature or nurture, as they say? Do you think you were just born with the genes to be a musician, or do you think it was because of the environment you grew up in?
I think possibly maybe even a bit of both. You know, I mean, there was a lot of music in the house. So yeah, I think my dad was a bit of a musician, and as I say, yeah, there was a lot of music in the house all the time. So I would probably say a bit of both, actually. Yeah.
And who did you grow up listening to?
I have to say the Beatles. The Beatles were a big big influence. They were on all the time. My dad was a big Beatles fan, so, and I'm a huge Beatles fan. So, you know, the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, all the kind of classic, you know, 60s, 70s, great bands from that era, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I don't like putting labels on music. You know, genre stuff, but and you are the material we're going to play tonight probably falls into the rock, the pop era. It certainly isn't rap. It certainly isn't orchestra music. But but what I guess I'm trying to say is it's still very diverse. You have some great tastes coming up.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to talk about all kinds of things, but first let's get into our very first track. Crazy at the Right Time is the first track, listeners, that Brian has chosen for you guys to hear. And did I mention that Brian writes all of his stuff, produces all of his stuff? You are a one-man show. Tell us about this cut and how Crazy at the Right Time came to be.
I most recently had a new manager, and he was pretty much pushing me all the time, you know, I kept sending him songs, and sometimes he would say, it's not right, give me another one, and then I'd give him another one, and he would say, you know, there's something else there, so I'd give him another one, and it was one of those ones, you know, I think it was round about the third one in a week I had written, and funnily enough, it was the one that happened the quickest, you know. I sometimes get frustrated, as I'm sure many other songwriters do. You can work too long on one song, I think the ones that come the quickest are usually the ones that I'm most happy about. So it was one of those ones that came pretty quickly, yeah.
Well, let's hear our first track from our Scottish artist, Brian Kelly. Check it out.
Well, she wants to be a lover, but she can't